LDLC. If it makes it to Dust 2.
That home crowd advantage?
Guys, the other thing here is that if you're just tuning in, the way that these picks out is that if you pick the map, you get to pick the side as well. So the first 2 maps, basically LDLC pick Inferno and pick CT. So this is going to be them getting the best start possible in this best of 3, and we're going to have to see if Fnatic can handle it.
Shox on the corner with the P2000 in hand, just waiting right here, and he's going to take the first spectator. They duck right under his crosshairs, and now he's just being chased down through Archway. He keeps using the corners, but Pronax lands an excellent headshot to start off with, and they are going to wrap around towards the A-bomb site. But up in the apartments here, Happy's coming in, USPS in hand. Is he going to be here quick enough? He's actually a little bit late. NBK, well, Happy goes down first. Now NBK trying to reload. He's still got 12 bullets here in the C-75, but the bomb is already down, and this is a good start for Fnatic.
Yeah, exactly. NBK not spotting the man out on balcony either. It's going to be kioshima taking the fight, and he gets overwhelmed by flusha, but NBK did find KRiMz in the meantime. It's all going to be down to Smithzz now, and he's alone in a 1v3. The bomb planted, and Fnatic will take the first round of this map. Pronax is smiling, man. He's like, this is going exactly as I planned it in my mind before going into this best of 3.
Yeah, and this is the funny thing, isn't it? Because this isn't Fnatic high-fiving and being super excited. It's just like Pronax with that smirk. Like
that's what you get.
Slightly self-satisfied, but I mean, they should be. They're one of the best teams in the world right now, if maybe not even the best team.
That is like watching ballet, though. That whole pistol round, even the initial peek, how they just creep up together, peek together. If one of them dies, the other gets the refrag. Like, everything that Fnatic does in that pistol round is based off of the teamwork and being able to fill in for everybody. It's not about the individual at all. It really is sick to watch Fnatic play.
But now, this is global offensive, so you never really know about these follow-up anti-eco rounds, because LDLC actually have a really good equipment, and we've seen Happy do this exact thing before on Inferno, and sometimes you just run through right into a C-75. He's going to smoke off again. They actually run past him, and olofmeister's picked up the first kill, and BK is waiting inside with the Nova shotgun, and he's not ready. He thought he was going to get a word from Happy before all of this happened. Happy's turning around with a really good kill, goes for more. What a great double, and then shox also takes down olofmeister. Happy coming back in for seconds, but he's going to drop to KRiMz.
Yeah, getting a little ahead of himself there. He could have waited for the rotation from his mate. Smithzz is now going to get caught out in the open on CT, and he is gone. KRiMz now going to be stepping it up, but shox it with the Pro 9. He finds the kill. He's so low on HP. He has to go for the CZ, but it's not going to be good enough. KRiMz waiting behind the fountain, gets the job done, and Fnatic, they survive. But at what cost, Anders? They lost 4 members.
But at what cost? You're right.
That was way too close.
Where's Breaky when you need him?
You're right. That was way too close. Pronax is not going to be pleased. Like, no smirk on that time, because basically Fnatic were forced to spend a stupid amount of money, and so much money that LDLC have gone for another buy.
Yeah, they decide, look, we did so well. If we win this next round, they can't really do anything. We're just going to keep it up. This is the grand finals. You want to play your absolute strongest, and LDLC feel like this is the way to go about it. That round could have easily been decided. I think if Happy had known, if NBK had been ready that someone was walked past there, very different situation.
Absolutely. Totally turns it around. I mean, this is a risk on LDLC's part, though. They are putting a lot of their first half, when they are playing on the favored side of the map, they're putting a lot of their first half on this round, because if they lose this one, they're reset yet again, and if Fnatic just get an extra round without LDLC really having an impact. Oh no, the flash bounces off of something, and that's going to wreck everything. Happy runs through part of the pack, but JW realizes it and gets the punish.
Is he really going to try and knife somebody? He's waiting for them to plan. He's going to walk right out. NBK seriously attempting a knife in the 3rd round of a grand finals. That takes a little bit of courage, I have to say that much.
Is it the showmanship? Is it him being on the main stage in front of all these people? I think so.
Yeah, and a power play. Imagine if you did that, especially if you managed to knife JW, it'd be amazing, but not going to turn out that way. Eagle here on Kioshima, not going to connect, so LDLC's plan actually kind of being a little bit washed out here. Now they have to go for a hard eco.
Exactly.
This is a really good start for Fnatic.
Exactly. That is the thing right here, is that LDLC could have played it safe. They could have gone for perhaps a 2nd round buy, sure, go up with armor and CZs and whatnot, see what they could do, but then they could have ecoed on the 3rd round and just gone for a safe buy with rifles in the 4th. Instead now, look, we're in the 4th, they have to eco again. Fnatic are going to get 4 rounds before they have to deal with rifles. It's giving a lot to Fnatic, a team that you cannot afford to give anything to. But look at this positioning here. 4 players stacked up in the B site right now for LDLC.
Yeah, and they even have, they have 1 flashbang they're going to use right there, and then they're all going to come charging out. So this is part of the plan. They killed JW, and he only had a C-75, so really minimal losses. Over at the A-bomb side, I think it's Happy who's waiting up in the apartments. Yes, it is. So actually, they're going to wrap around archways. That buys a little bit more time for the rest of LDLC to come in here. But Fnatic should still be able to take this.
They're doing a lot of damage here. Happy's going to peek out. 3 guys waiting, though, for Fnatic, and they're going to just chase him back around the corner. Good play here by Happy. Actually lets his mate Smithzz walk into that firing squad. So good play, selfish play, but it was too quick to call.
Yeah, oh, Happy coming up with another headshot. That's actually pretty good. I mean, if nothing else, LDLC is causing an enormous amount of economic loss here for the Fnatic team. Kioshima walking up. They obviously don't have a defuse kit, so best case here is getting some really good exit frags. I don't think Fnatic are going to let them back in because they had actually saved some smokes for the afterplant situation here, which is generally pretty well thought out from Fnatic. But they're going to hide in the corner. KRiMz, I'm not sure he can survive no matter what happens here, even before this.
No, KRiMz is going to go with this bomb. Yeah. olofmeister just is barely going to hang in there.
Actually, if he had gone into the corner, it looked like he would have had enough health because olofmeister didn't take 40 damage from that, and he had 43 on KRiMz. So he could have, but then the pistol shots. 5th round coming up here. Now, do LDLC play this, standard, or do they try and go even more aggressive? They've already taken some big risks.
They play standard at this point, I think. And we're seeing that right now. 2-3. Why take the risk? Why take any more risk? Go with what works, with what you know works, that you've refined in practice, that you've tried 100 times. You know you can get rounds off of it. There's no reason to play risky right now. This is the first map. You can still start off strong. You like Fnatic, you cannot give them anything. And this is your map, your pick, and you picked CT as well. You can't throw away that advantage with risky play.
Well, I did ask the question, who's better on Inferno? And honestly, I think Fnatic are a little bit better than LDLC on Inferno.
Absolutely. LDLC, there's a mental game there as well. Their ability to close matches. It is something that they've tried to work with. Also, something to note is that Happy is calling for the team now. And that just happened this event. That happened after the loss to Titan in the French qualifiers. So, some changes still hasn't stopped LDLC from actually getting into the finals. So good changes in the end.
I do also want to see what happens if LDLC start winning rounds. That crowd is going to get fired up, and we have to wait for that. Now they have to have a Molotov here to counter. 40 seconds left, and it's going to be pretty good timing here for Happy. But Fnatic don't want to rush, don't want to slow down. They want to rush right through here. flusha with the knife out, just wanted to get into construction quick. Happy's still here. 7 bullets left, and he's going to take the second kill. Nicely handled inside the bomb site. NBK is waiting, and he's going to pick up the first kill here on KRiMz. It's looking great for LDLC.
It is. They're still here. They're going to be right on side of the door as well. Pronax and JW are the only 2 guys alive here for Fnatic, but they've got the bomb. Only that they have 20 seconds, and they're never going to be allowed to plant it. There's just not enough time for them to fight their way out of this. Smithzz is going to pick up Pronax. It's now just JW alive, and this is going to be him basically just trying to buy as much time, take somebody with him, but it's not happening. He's down to 3 HP, and he walks into it. But there we have it. LDLC, they're on the board.
Yeah, very good stuff. Bit of a shame that JW couldn't land those kills at the end, because obviously at that point, yes, you do want to take as many people with you as you can. So actually, what I really appreciate about Fnatic, because there was a while when JW would keep buying the ult forever and ever, just to wait till you could land those shots. And it feels to me like now they're actually being really, really good at saying, all right, if JW isn't on, then we'll just put him with an AK or something else. And he does great work with that too. So I kind of like the fact that he actually, this time they didn't have enough money, so he's just going to be buying a Galil. But even if not, I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to be a little bit hesitant to do it if he keeps missing.
Yeah, exactly. But then at the same time, he's it's so tough to call with JW. He's one of those players that can just flip a switch, and all of a sudden he annihilates the entire enemy team 2 rounds running. So we'll see what it's going to come down to Pronax eventually, right? But JW does have a little leeway on Fnatic to be able to make his own decisions. He kind of plays with the team, but at the same time, the team is designed to allow him to kind of just roam about and do what he wants.
Now, so, are they really gonna? They have 1 person around apartment, so it looks like it could be another B push coming out here for the Fnatic team. The question is if the apartments player is going to end up actually doing something good. I think is it KRiMz they've left behind. I can't actually read the numbers.
I think
he's right there.
Pronax.
These monitors.
Yeah.
Either way, if he can stab the actual backup coming in, it would be great here. Happy gets a great double day line up in front of him. Happy going for more. It's going to be a triple quad kill. Happy. Destruction rain down upon Fnatic. And that's obviously, an alternative way to end the round. Just do everything on yourself, all on your own.
Exactly right. Hey, he's the leader. He's just going to go ahead and take care of it. There's no problem at all for him. And Happy is, throughout this entire tournament, we've just seen him demonstrate his ability to flip a switch as well and just start beating up on people. So Happy, he's definitely one of those assets. That's the strength of LDLC, though. Everybody on this team can just go crazy at any moment. Happy is capable. We've seen it throughout the group stage. LDLC getting out of the group stage in that tight match. He closed the game out with a quad kill. So, I mean, these guys, they are so capable. Fnatic have to be careful. But at the same time, Fnatic have already got 4 rounds on the board here, T-side. So I don't think they're going to be too phased by this. They're like, okay, LDLC, you're starting to get some rounds. Okay, that's fine, but we still got plenty of time to do our jobs.
Yeah, Fnatic only need about 6 rounds in this first half, so they're just 2 rounds off. But that doesn't change the fact that LDLC can use this momentum quite a bit here. Happy looking for more. He burns 2 alive. JW and KRiMz barbecued right outside the B bomb site. And Pronax and flusha trying to get in. Of course, this is an eco round coming out here from the Fnatic team. They're still, again, Happy has just been doing a lot of work here. I think he's up at 13 kills right about now.
Yeah. Yeah, and one of those versus a buy round, one of them versus an eco, but whatever, he is racking them up. And that's firing this crowd up as well. That's going to play into LDLC's hands eventually. Yeah, he's at 13, 3, and 5 right now, Happy. So that's some pretty solid work, especially in the first map. That's going to give your team some confidence, right? But now Fnatic have a full buy going their way. No AWP for JW, but still solid nades on their side. So I'm really curious to see what Pronax is going to have in store for us. For now, it's the chicken taunting shox.
Smithzz walking very close. This is going to be a disaster, and olofmeister free kill for him. kioshima with a nice double. He's not going to get the last one. A lot of damage onto KRiMz, which is great, because if he didn't do that damage to KRiMz, this would probably be in Fnatic's favor right now. But I think the health advantage in LDLC mean they have a pretty good shot at still doing this.
Yeah, exactly. They still have nades as well. They've got 2 smokes, a Molotov. They can definitely slow things down here. And NBK is currently locking off the bottom of Banana. He can push out into mid at a moment's notice. If his teammates say go, he's going to be able to wrap around on Fnatic very quickly. So there are options here for LDLC. It's just turned into a waiting game because there's a minute left on the clock. There's so much time for Fnatic to act that they are literally waiting for this, for somebody to get impatient and to peek. Oh, Happy. One step away from flusha saying hello.
Yeah, it was inches away, and he has no idea flusha's right there. This could be perfect. He's making noise running back. flusha, is he going to capitalize on this? He walks around, and Happy must have been looking the other way. He must have been looking at one of his teammates' monitors. That actually happens on land quite a bit. Now it's down to shox in the pit. He's going to go down. flusha picking up a second kill. Great work from Fnatic right now. And a little bit of hesitation, a little bit of impatience on LDLC side may have cost them this round right here. NBK has to run away.
Yeah, he has to back off with this gun. 1v3 isn't going to get it done. KRiMz is already looking to cut him off, but hey, their own smoke is blocking them here, Fnatic. They actually can't make it past. NBK just letting them know, hey, be respectful, I'm on the other side of this. And KRiMz is going to be the parting gift there for NBK. But at this point, NBK, he's just looking to get out of with his gun. Trying to change it up. But Fnatic, they're going to be able to walk out of here. They can put a man in the pit, and they can put a man up in apartments. Yeah, it's going to be perfectly fine here for Fnatic. But that's what I'm talking about, the difference here between the teams, right? LDLC get jumpy, but Fnatic have so much experience, and they have the leadership of Pronax, really, that he can just tell his players, sit and wait, and they will peek us. And that's all we have to do, just sit and wait.
Ice cold Swedes is what it is, man. They're just not worried at all. Now, this is where Happy's one round where he sprayed down 4 people becomes hugely important, because they didn't lose very many people. And, you know, that's the difference here. If LDLC had had a lot of really close rounds right now, they'd be ecoing straight away. But they can summon a buy, even with an AWP on Smithzz, and JW's back to opening on the terrorist side as well. So things are still very tense here, but LDLC really need to just win all the rest of this half here.
Yeah, this is where it gets kind of scary for LDLC, and this is where you know, you can see it in the game as well here, is how they're set up. No aggression from them, no risks, not even like nades down Banana. They're really just playing passively here now. They don't want to give anything to Fnatic, and they're kind of kicking themselves for getting impatient in the last round, I think. So it's like this time around, LDLC, they are backing up onto the sites. The only man who's forward right now is Smithzz, and he's the arch player. He's going to be their rotator. But that's his job, and they're bringing another man back. shox, he's going to rotate over, or rather Happy.
Oh, good, well-timed Molotov here is actually going to keep them a little bit away from that boiler room area. And in the meantime, the bomb is making its way back to the B-bomb side. So kioshima is going to flash. You're not going to catch anyone. There is still a couple of people on the map. So if he gets impatient and pushes up, this could definitely end badly. Molotov going in towards oranges and instantly going to be pushing up behind it, which is a really good idea. 30 seconds left here for the Fnatic team. They're running the bomb back again, and this is working perfectly. LDLC, they're eating this raw. There's only one person defending here, and now kioshima knows something has gone horribly wrong.
Instant rotation from the rest of LDLC as well. They're going to try and get out here quickly. kioshima at least gets 1 kill, takes KRiMz down, so they have a man advantage on the retake here, LDLC, because that bomb gets planted in the nick of time. But JW, he's already looking towards library. He knows one's there. He sees 2 go through, but he misses the shot. JW cannot afford to make mistakes like this.
Yeah, but they have someone waiting in middle, Fnatic, so if they walk past, look at flusha, he could be the guy to settle this whole round. Even if they retake this bomb site with the 2 people here, JW is going to take down 1, misses the next shot, he's still alive up here, he takes another one, CSET 75, and JW, triple kill, wins it for Fnatic. What a great round from the Swedish team. And they sold that so hard.
Exactly, and flusha was just there as well, right at the last second to get a kill, but that was the mid-round calls from Fnatic, going off of the information, and also going off the man who pushed through the smoke into CT to see everybody there for LDLC pretty much. He was able to say, there's everybody here. Just go for A site. That's all the info that the Swedes needed to make that call. So just on-point decision-making right now for Fnatic, and it's bearing fruit. They've got 6 rounds. They've got those 6 rounds we talked about, Anders. This is already going to be a solid T-half for Fnatic.
It most certainly is. NBK, he could afford to buy just a tiny bit, and everyone else is on Smithzz here. Now, Happy, I think, is at 14 kills, quite a bit ahead of the rest of his team. Wasn't there just an interview with him saying it's not enough to have one person playing really well and then the rest of your team doesn't?
Yeah, I don't know if that was some smack talk to Titan too, though.
It was.
Yeah, he did.
So there's a level of karma going on, at least in the first 10 rounds of this game.
The cosmic balance is being restored
it can change a lot. I'm just having fun here, but
yeah. No. But that is true. That is true. You got to be a little bit careful about that. And, I mean, hell, they're playing against, according to Pasha, the best player in the world right now, JW.
Now look, they're doing exactly the same thing they did in the pistol round. Happy holding close to the smoke with the CZ 75. Last time it didn't work just as well as they wanted. This time he's bumping right into them. They're not moving. They don't know why, but they're not getting through the smoke. And Happy gets a good kill in. They need NBK right now.
Yeah, NBK, he could hit this timing now. olofmeister is going to come through, but they smoke him off, and NBK all of a sudden has to take a risk. Does he push through? What does he do? He's still got his mate, Shoxy, who's going to try and push up Banana, but he is gone now. JW peeks out at the right time, and NBK is now just fenced in here. They're going to nade him to death. Pronax will finish it with the rifle, but they knew exactly where NBK was that entire time. Fnatic, to just sit on the other side of that smoke and be like, we know you're there, not going to stop us from planning.
Interesting. 7-3. Out of all the ways that this could have turned out for LDLC, this might be one of the worst right here.
Yes.
And they're feeling it now.
Yeah, this is definitely, they're feeling a lot of pressure right now, and I think they might be regretting the early buy as well. Going off Happy, but that might have been a bit compulsive on their part. They're just getting a little bit ahead of themselves.
Flashbang in here. They really want to try and see if they can just force them back a little bit. I like the idea that it's shoxy or pink, because, I mean, he does that very well. He can be lightning fast. A little bit like Forrest on an IP sometimes. So definitely interesting. Kiyoshima's up here ready and waiting. There's going to be a smoke landing actually right about where he is, so he's got to be careful that he doesn't end up getting completely smoked off. He's running back in. Really nice angle, but he only gets the 1 kill in. Needs a little bit more.
They have to bring it back, but Smithzz is still alive on this site, and he's got Happy to support him as well. Only thing is that Fnatic are not interested, or they shouldn't be interested on getting on here, because they've got the smoke down to block that plant if they so choose. But there you go, flusha trying to make it happen. He is not going to. It's not going to go for him. Shoxy and NBK are now in a 2-on-2 somehow. They're the last man alive, and they're pinned behind the truck, but they run out of bullets, and that's how it's going to end.
NBK with a good headshot there. That actually drops the bomb carrier, so this is not quite over yet. KRiMz has to try and walk in. He's got the AK. NBK connects, and finally LDLC pick up a round. It looked like, I mean, in all honesty, that round was way closer than it should have been.
In all honesty.
Because Fnatic end up down in the pit, they're all stuck in there, and LDLC were already rotating in from Banana and over to the bomb site. LDLC had their whole force in that A bomb site, and it still ended up in a 1-on-1. That's not supposed to work.
Yeah, although what I'm curious about is whether when the smoke went down to block off the site, whether they were planning on trying to plant safe and then got a little ahead of themselves trying to take the fight to clear out the site. Because Fnatic can also just step up there. If they've got control of pit, they can actually look towards short. So it could have been an option for them to do it, and I'm wondering if Fnatic got a little ahead of themselves trying to take that fight, or maybe they didn't need to. Still, Shoxy, nice. Double headshot for him on the pit balcony. They're trying to make their way out, but it's just not meant to be. olofmeister, you're going to get caught by flusha too. Shoxy's wearing it up. He's going to get caught by olofmeister in the end, but it's a 3-on-1, and Happy's going to find him at range. Headshot there, and that's LDLC. Happy playing to the crowd as well.
As he should be. Good round from shox, and I mean, Happy is just landing some solid shots all over the place. He's got 16 kills currently. The only one closer to him is olofmeister at 13. And you got to appreciate that at this point, olofmeister might be a candidate to be like the best player this whole tournament. He has been playing really, really well in almost every Fnatic game, as far as I can tell. And he gets a headshot with a scout, the only scout they bought.
Talk about delivering on what you promised, right? Like, don't worry, guys. I'll do some damage. Bam, gets rid of Shoxy. He was actually a little annoyed about last round. You pick on my friend, Shoxy? All right, that's what's going to happen to you. 2 rounds running.
I was just waiting in this corner, but and actually, no, he just has a Glock. I'm kind of wishing it was KRiMz, because he would be in a dangerous position here. Glock comes out, and NBK goes down anyway. All right, Glock is enough if you're flusher, apparently.
Yeah, good weapon management here, actually, from Smithzz, making sure that Fnatic can't pick up those guns. But flusha, He's got that M4, now he's got 2 kills. NBK is literally given Fnatic the tool necessary.
They're going to rotate over to the B bomb site. Pronax has the bomb. LDLC, once again, they're guessing the wrong bomb site, and Fnatic are selling it. They're the ultimate salesman right here. They're just trying to see if they can't. They've put up signs and everything. Come to the party here at the B bomb site. It's going to be amazing, but Smithzz knows. Oh, this is very clever.
Yeah,
nice read from LDLC. Very nice.
Smithzz was waiting at the bottom of mid. He was curious about seeing where that bomb was. They still didn't have eyes on it on the B side, and there you go. Trying to get too cute here, but they still have the after-plant positions. Pronax, however, behind in the pit. It's going to take some fire. Kioshima steps forward, tries to get rid of flusha, but flusha will do it, and JW as well. LDLC, they somehow lose control.
Now, that is the point on this map where LDLC really break. This is hard to deal with. That was an eco round. The headshots from the scout to start off from olofmeister, and then somehow MBK couldn't win against that Glock. He just used his bullets to shoot through the smoke and even get a kill. And when he's busy with his CSET 75, the Glock's just a little bit too much.
And what was worse is that flusha had it on burst. So, man, that is a big hit. But then look at this. They're going for a VP, pushing down mid. LDLC, they want to take the fight to Fnatic, and they are doing just that. Kioshima and Happy working together, finding the frags, and now they've got the guns here as well on LDLC.
Pronax getting shot in the back. He really wants to get away, but they're just overpowering him here. And KRiMz, what a nice running headshot. He's going to be in the bomb site. He even has the bomb, but he wants to fight them a little bit. He doesn't want to plant and then to go for an after-plant situation. He wants to see if he can make this one-on-one, and Smithzz is going to check the corner. Very nicely handled by Smithzz there. But I actually think that was a good decision for KRiMz at the end not to try and take the bomb plant out. You go for the bomb plant because this is the 15th round and they still have money. So securing the bomb plant doesn't really do that much for Fnatic.
Now KRiMz wants to go for the win. At this point, they've got 8 rounds on their T side. Every risk that Fnatic can take in that sense, right? When you have the opportunity between playing safe and playing for more, playing greedy, there's no reason for Fnatic not to do that now. So KRiMz, he was in a very clever spot as well. I mean, that could have been LDLC walking right into it. So now Fnatic, we're in the 15th round of this first half, and it's going to be LDLC forcing up, just buying everything they can to try and get that 7th round, to at least keep it close here as far as the score is concerned.
Oh, Happy taking a lot of damage. He's trying to return a little bit, but JW, that must have been the last bullet almost that he connected with, because they were both just furiously spraying through the smoke. What a way to start. I was actually about to say I'm a little bit disappointed that Fnatic are going B, because that's what LDLC have had so much success with Happy defending it. So the answer is just take Happy out for the smoke and play it like that. MBK trying to see if he can counteract it. He's up on, and he's actually going to spot them running away. He knows this is a fake. He drops the bomb as well. Great play here. The natural born killer. 3rd kill comes up, and it's going to be olofmeister alone. 1 on 2. He's got the time though. He can do this.
Yeah, and Kioshima and NBK are both so very low right now. They still have a smoke. Gonna use it at the bottom of banana.
He has the Molotov. He can zone them out. Yes. Yes, olofmeister. Yes, you're exactly right. That is going to be the play. Flashbang over. He's going to run through the smoke. This is really good stuff. Oh, but he can't pick up the bomb. They fry him. Fight fire with fire. That's the plan.
That's a pity he wasn't in a room there.
And that's the 15th round.
And that is going to be it. They do battle their way back into this. LDLC. Perfect timing. They got the smokes down as well. I mean, that was an awkward position for olofmeister. Still, the fact that olofmeister turned it into that 1v2. Now what I'm curious about is essentially how do LDLC approach their second half on the T side when they know that they're behind by an astronomical amount?
I mean, we've tried to sort of bring this topic up with a bunch of different pro players, and I feel like every time the answer is you just have to play 1 round at a time.
Basically.
That's Natu's favorite saying, isn't it? 1 round at a time. Forget about the fact that you're so far behind. Just worry about 1 round. Don't think about the whole game.
Yeah,
I think that's what LDLC do.
Pull a C's. Go and knife somebody, basically.
Yeah,
twice.
Exactly. Well, twice. Yeah, that's good. With a borrowed knife, by the way. It's the best way of doing it.
Yeah, with Pasha's own knife.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. There's an interview in HLTV if you guys don't know the story. It's up there. JW up here in the apartments, and they're going to walk right in, but they duck right under the crosshairs. The grenade stops them. The grenade collision is going to do it, and KRiMz executes. NBK and Kioshima has the bomb control. Pronax with the kill following up, and now it's down to Happy. He falls, and Fnatic continue on the tree here. That grenade collision.
That grenade collision just saved his life. Just flat out saved his life. Otherwise, he gets overwhelmed instantly. LDLC could just take control of apartments. They'll have that man advantage. Maybe they trade 1 for 1, but that still favors LDLC. But that nade collision,
it probably bought an extra second for KRiMz to turn around and do that. They have really, really awkward situation here. LDLC, I mean, we cannot count them out. Not in a grand finals like this. It's a good start for Fnatic. No one can deny that, but we'll have to see here if the French team can work a little bit of magic.
Yeah, going for the Pro 90. I mean, this is pure Fnatic here as well. Pro 90 always, swag 7 on JW, no surprise there. He wants that bonus money, and he's also so very good with the shotgun as well. So LDLC are trying to pace themselves. They've already shown, I think olofmeister would have told his mates, like, hey, by the way, this feels like a Kevlar buy because of Smithzz and the shots that he was landing on him.
Yeah.
LDLC right now, they're going to gather up for a B play. They're leaving one man behind in the B, like looking towards mid essentially to see if Fnatic are going to rotate over through there, but Fnatic are on to this. They're wise. They're putting an extra guy on Speedway. This could be a very fast round.
I'm still kind of liking this idea from LDLC. They're getting pretty far in. olofmeister goes down now in the corner. KRiMz is going to get overrun as well. Kioshima landing both those shots. Pretty nice execution from LDLC. Very basic. Nothing too elaborate, but CZ 75 armor, especially it seems when you're running, is not that bad. JW does land the kill and actually secures Banana here for Fnatic.
Exactly, that's such a crucial part of this hold here for LDLC. They have to worry about 3 angles now. JW can walk in here or set it up for his mates. It's going to be Pronax leading the charge. They're starting to run out of time here, Fnatic, so they have to get in. JW going to land some damage once again with the swag. Happy, however, waiting, and he's going to take Pronax out. Now it's flusha coming back into it. It's into a 2-on-1, but there can't be enough time here for Fnatic to get this defused. They're going to just try and run away. Happy at best try to take him, but he's not going to be there in time. He's about to go boom.
He wanted to make absolutely sure. Yeah, he's ready to blow up for the cause, because if there was someone in there diffusing somewhere behind the fountain that he hadn't looked, that would be the most painful way to lose a round. So, I mean, it looked kind of funny, but I think I appreciate the fact that Happy would be 100% sure.
And that's how LDLC bounced back into this. Although Fnatic have enough money, they're going to go for a force buy of their own right now.
Which is what actually handicapped LDLC in the first round. They forced up that second time, and it was just a little bit too much. We'll see if Fnatic are about to make a similar mistake, or if they can actually make it work. I mean, it's Pronax with the back 7. Kind of want it to be JW.
I do too, actually, but JW is just so damn good with it. He single-handedly changes maps sometimes with that shotgun. LDLC, they are really taking their time with this play. Very patient, just checking angles. Kioshima going to take a peek, and he's usually their entry guy. He's going to be the one who's going to poke about, see if he can create some opportunity for LDLC. In the meantime, on the other side of the map, towards mid, looking towards apartments, it's going to be LDLC gathering up, but Pronax misses the shot. That was a golden opportunity.
Yeah, and going back in, Happy is ready to receive him, so that works out pretty badly for Pronax. That definitely was a big opportunity, so it's a bit of a shame. shox gonna miss, we're just gonna check out the rest of these apartments. And inside here, flusha is ready, and I think they also got JW on this side of the map, so they gotta be really careful.
It's painful. There is going to be olofmeister rotating in from the B side with that CZ. He's going to be keeping eyes, but the smoke goes down. Now it's going to be flusha. Triple spray, and that is it. Short is completely cleared up. Arch, that is, and flusha gets it quad. He single-handedly turns it around thanks to one flash.
Almost going to be the ace now. MBK has some work to do here. Oh, he's going to be in a 1-on-2, and we should be looking at right here. It's going to be triple kill for MBK, trying to see if he can get this last one in, but there's almost no time. KRiMz is going to get a default win here. As soon as he plants, he has to stay on it. He really can't fake this. Actually, MBK is going to get the bomb down. That in itself is pretty unreal. And KRiMz just looking for him, and that's going to be the kill. There was almost no way MBK was going to come out on top. I'm surprised he even got the bomb down. But yeah, that's it. Fnatic, they make that force buy work. They actually do in the end. That's incredible. But flusha, it's like one flash in, catch the perfect timing for that flash as well, because LDLC are about to swamp flusha. But as soon as that flash goes off, that'll slow down LDLC just that fraction of a second that lets flusha get out there and peek and just hold down mouse one point blank. And with the M4A1 and how tight a spread that is, it's not going to be too hard. Really solid work there by flusha. Of course, the clutch master himself. Now we're beginning to see how much pressure LDLC are under here, as they actually do force up with armor and CZ and one Galileo and MBK, and they're putting a lot of speed on it. This is how LDLC play the terror side of Inferno. They are very, very aggressive and very fast about everything that they do, and Fnatic, they seem just calm and ready for it. MBK does get a return eventually, but olofmeister still waiting here. He's going to go down as well, so it's back into a 2-on-2. Pretty nicely handled here from LDLC. They're doing some damage, but there's MBK. He's going to be able to pick up that smoke once again, but he's not going to actually do it because KRiMz is camping on the other side. As soon as he hears the footsteps, bam, he's going to shut him down. And now it is Happy alone. Doesn't have a gun to work with, although I'm sure there are plenty across the map that he's going to be able to pick up here. So he needs to find opportunity. The only problem is that Fnatic,
they've changed up the positions. He's going to walk right into KRiMz here. As soon as he comes around this corner, it's going to be KRiMz peekaboo. There you go. And Fnatic don't even need to take risks like fights like this. They know exactly where Pronax is at this point, and they already have the wraparound. JW is going to be walking around, coming around behind through Arch.
Yeah, Happy is in a really, really tough spot. I mean, he's trying to play this as well as he possibly can. Getting a bomb plant right now would be pretty amazing. He's going to check out all of Library. In the meantime, they hear him stepping this hallway. So actually trying to fake it. He ran just a second. He wanted someone to come in and run after him. I mean, he's trying to use all the tricks he has right here. But that is a very tough position. Happy at 20 kills. Still just a testimony to how well he's been playing all throughout this Inferno map. But it is 11-8, and they have to eco now.
Exactly, and this is where Fnatic start to get even more control in this. It's been that game of chicken. You know, who's going to crack first, right? Who is actually going to have to break and go for that eco round? Just stick to the pistols. Instead, Fnatic now are the ones who are going to be in control. They're going to have an opportunity to build up some bank here, unless they just get pre-fired from around the corner. olofmeister takes one to the face instantly there.
Ouch.
That's painful right there. That's painful, but he is still under control. I'm really looking for how LDLC can actually come back in this situation when Fnatic now have got the gear, have got the smokes, everything they need. And LDLC are going to be in that seesaw where they're going to have money to buy one round. If they lose, they're going to have to go for an eco. It's a very difficult position to fight your way out of.
I don't know what to say. They have one flashbang here on Happy, so I'm guessing the plan is to flash in, hope that somehow Fnatic are just, admiring the scenery and get blinded by it, and that's going to be the big difference here. But it doesn't turn out that way. I think this one flashbang it's an alright investment, but it's not going to make such a big difference, I imagine. MBK taking a little bit of damage here. olofmeister on 20 health, still enough to pick up a kill, and now the rest of LDLC are kind of ready.
They're ready to meet their makers. KRiMz, this is it. olofmeister and KRiMz working together. Kioshima does find the headshot on KRiMz, who was crouching, but olofmeister steps in with 20 HP, and flusha is there to save the day, make sure they don't lose any more than that. So one kill there for LDLC is not quite enough. We would not really consider that to be job done here. They need to be doing more damage to make sure that Fnatic stay low on the money.
When you see the camera shots of the Fnatic team, it kind of looks like they're the ones losing. They're just not very excited. They're just cool, calm. It's like, yeah, this is kind of what we expected when we saw they picked Inferno. Like, yeah, all right.
They aren't exactly a hand clapping team, right? They're not. Well, okay, hold on. Get into this though, because it's just going to be pushed down banana from Fnatic. This is a strategy that you can use as well. Sometimes Fnatic will throw it in there, push down mid, push down banana, try and collapse on the offense. Make sure you shut them down early, or at least get such an advantage that they're not going to be able to fight their way back into the round. JW is going to take out shox from short, and this is now another Fnatic round pretty much. I mean, it's going to have to come down to some sick miracle play here from Happy.
shox actually saw that JW was in that corner, which is why he's sort of trying to throw that grenade to see if he can get that kill in return, but Fnatic are just, I think that the fact that shox missed that kill also makes me think, yeah, they are really getting frustrated on the LDLC side, because he clearly had the right read.
He knew exactly where he was. It's just a matter now of seeking it out. olofmeister holding out in the open, bit of an off place to be. That is a place where you are fully committed to just getting the kill as soon as that guy comes out of boiler. And olofmeister does it. Now it's MBK alone. He's got the bomb. No reason for him to be trying. I mean, he can go for the shots. JW is there. But this is going to be it. Still only one frag for LDLC. Fnatic just one round at a time are slowly closing LDLC out of this game.
It's definitely where we're at. 20 kills for both KRiMz and olofmeister, so I'm kind of glad we got to say that statistically they're the two people on Fnatic that are playing the best through this tournament, and it's actually very, very cool to see them not dropping off in the grand finals. A lot more pressure on the line here, a lot more reason why maybe they would crumble if something didn't quite work or whatever it is, but that's not the case. They're just playing a very high level at the moment. All
right, now let's see exactly what JW decides to do with this AWP. This is risky business as well, because it's going to be an eco round from LDLC. They could quickly rush him down. And we're curious to see it. Whoa, Smithzz a little wired tight there. They're actually taking a chunk out of shox. That is not a good sign. LDLC, they need to calm down a little bit, get the communication going again.
Who has the smoke? MBK, I'm wondering if he... Okay, he's just going to smoke, or he's going to flash in the middle. I sort of wonder if they wanted to use that smoke to try and get a plant down, because they just have C-sets, basically. It would be kind of cool to see if that was going to be the case. But it doesn't really matter at this point, because they just all die, including that fire death from shox.
Oh, Happy, he's playing it right now. He's going to try and dance around the pillar, but it's not good enough. Pronax will get rid of him, and they do manage to save JW's op as well, so his death is pretty much rendered useless here.
And you know what, Semla?
What's that?
Death by fire is the purest death.
cleanses the soul, is that it?
It's going to be the 23rd round here. Double ult, why not?
Why not? Yeah, that's still a good chunk of money considering Fnatic. You know, they're all floating around the 4,000 mark. So for them to go for a double up play, we've seen this be so effective in the past because LDLC, they could figure out that it's on the other side of the map. They could be here and then they could try and run up B and they can run straight into JW. But here they're trying to put the pressure up here fast, but flusha is there to stop them cold, and LDLC are getting caught in the crossfire. It's the blender.
Happy and Smithzz are left, and this just isn't good enough here. They're doing so well, Fnatic. It's a good headshot from Smithzz, but I don't see it making a difference as they come back in through the middle. They got to be careful that KRiMz isn't going to wrap around, and they've also lost the bomb in the middle right now. Oh, Happy! That is a good headshot, and a good spray down takes JW with him. 2-on-2 now.
2-on-2. All of a sudden, we're right back into this round, and this is now olofmeister. KRiMz is rotating over from the B side. olofmeister is already holding from pit with that AWP, so if they decide to peek out here through short, it's not going to work. Now the question is, does olofmeister try and keep eyes on apartment or not? LDLC, they're doing one good thing is they're sticking together so they can always guarantee that refrag. Happy being so low, it's hard for him to take fights.
They're looking for KRiMz because they realize he could have been sneaky up behind him, and they're so worried about it. I'm impressed that KRiMz is in all the way over here. I don't think many teams would elect to do this, so it's kind of fun to see. Out of apartments, olofmeister's going to have a really good shot here. Oh, he misses it, and that actually might make a really big difference. Still 7 bullets left, but the grenade is a touchdown. He's going to go down. KRiMz wins the first fight. 14 seconds left. Not exactly a good grenade, but the follow-up Molotov, is it going to bounce in? Not quite enough. Happy will get the plant. 2 HP versus 22.
Yeah, exactly. And KRiMz, yeah, exactly. He has to work his way around here, but Happy expects him to be coming up on short. KRiMz currently holding from library. This is the perfect place for Happy to be. Turns around, walks up, picks up the frag, and that is that. Happy just catches him out, completely out in the open. Not a whole lot that KRiMz rather can do in that position.
It's an unreal round from Happy, and he's had so many of them. He's at 24 kills. Come on. The closest on his team is MBK, who's been doing well at 18, but they need that full LDLC team to wake up. And it's not over yet. Fnatic can buy this round, but they don't have an infinite amount of money. If they start losing now, they could be forced to eco. 1 round at a time here for LDLC. That's the method. That's
the whole thing right here. LDLC already being down a man. Yeah, exactly. It's not going to help things. They're going to try and push their way through short right now. Fnatic, however, holding pretty far back on the side. It's going to be flusha. He gets picked up by Smithzz. Nice entry frag there by LDLC. That brings it back to a 4-on-4. And they do have the option to go through Arch, but they're going to be trying to wrap around onto the A site. And this is so tough for them because olofmeister already rotated over.
So you actually saw MBK pre-firing on the audio that he was hearing there. He heard olofmeister running in, so he tried to pre-fire it. It's not at all a bad idea, but they get shut down over by that library area. Couldn't make it past the corner. Now it's map point here for Fnatic, 9-15. Yeah, I think it's going to be a while before we've always seen many teams playing Titan on Dust 2. I think it's going to be a while before we always see many teams picking Inferno against Fnatic. Yeah, and this really feels like it makes sense, right? Because going into basically going into the major tournaments, the LAN tournaments, Fnatic, when they had that streak online, Inferno, they were untouchable on this map. And it seems like now they've finally figured out how to take that online performance and bring it onto LAN. They're just so calm and careful and not taking any risks, not getting impatient with their play. They really are forcing LDLC into the uncomfortable position of having to walk towards them, try and fight their way onto the site, rather than Fnatic giving them an opportunity for an entry frag and making LDLC's lives easier. I think that turns all around Fnatic's CT side here. The rounds they had on the terrorist side, Fnatic, where they managed to fake out the bomb sites, were so good. It was incredible to watch. And LDLC have not had the same kind of success with anything like that at all. They have been much faster in their attempt to play, but Fnatic they were obviously ready for it. And I don't blame them. I was talking to Cloud9, and when they got beat by LDLC on this map, they said, we knew how fast they were going to play. Yeah. Everybody knows how fast they are. And we still couldn't beat them. Well, Fnatic, they have the recipe somehow. Flashbang through, flusha. Guessing a little bit. Smithzz should be going down. In fact, it's going to be JW with that kill. Good returns here from Happy and MBK. Yeah, the repeat's actually going to make them punished here. LDLC, they're going to be able to have this site
4 players alive, and Fnatic making the call. They're going to back off. As long as they can maintain these 3 rifles, it's actually a decent situation because they're going to be able to drop in the next round. So Fnatic, rather than risk that, they know that LDLC's money is low. They know that they could try and risk it and go for it, but you see the state of the money on both sides right now. Fnatic are just making the safe choice. They realize, okay, we don't need to take any risks trying to close this flamboyantly. We can really take our time and just try and spread out the rounds and get a bye in the next round. We only need the 1 to secure this first map in this best of 3 grand finals.
Yeah. And that is a solid idea. I definitely agree with what Fnatic are doing here.
Yeah, unnecessary. Unnecessary even to give away your position here. olofmeister, of course, he's just going to crouch behind the box. There's no possible way for them to get that kill, but still. It's like, if you hold onto the guns, don't take any risks that would give up the guns. And now Fnatic, once again, they're going to have the money.
It's one of Corey's favorite sayings. When you save, you save. Don't do it halfway. 15 to 10. 26th round is coming up here as we do see, just the one from us here on Pronax. A lot of grenades on LDLC. 5 rounds in a row, Zemla. That's the plan.
Yeah, this is pretty clever here by JW as well. I think he gave up eventually. Wow. It's going to be the battle for top banana. shoxy's currently clearing out apartments. Once again, LDLC really taking their time. But no, JW, he's self-boosted up here.
Yeah.
That's how fast it looked. It looked like he had fallen down. But he's actually self-boosted up here. This is fantastic.
Very good stuff. Let's see. Kind of what I want to see LDLC trying for something more fun. This is obviously one of their slower rounds, so you smoke off towards a truck or something like that, but they're actually going to be falling back, so clear out apartments, make sure nobody knows that they're no longer in second mid, which is also important. If there's someone hiding up there, maybe that person go and check and see there's no one there. And now the smoke goes up at about 45 seconds, which is decent timing here for KRiMz. Not sure that LDLC really want to wait this full time because that gets a little bit tricky. So they might go just as it's about to clear.
Yeah, 35 seconds. You're going to have the nade sailing in. KRiMz spots them as well. He's going to try and slow this push down. He throws in the flashes in the pit. This is going to try and just stop Fnatic cold. olofmeister's rotated in as well, but the smokes are going up, and LDLC, they're going to be looking to get onto this site quick, and they're not managing it. KRiMz and olofmeister shutting them down at every turn.
Oh, nice headshot from olofmeister. It's going to be down into a 2-3 here, actually. They're going to pick up the bomb inside the fountain, and now they get the bomb plant with just 8 seconds left. Happy taking control of construction here. He's going to maybe get a kill on flusha. He's going to have to get a kill on flusha. Otherwise, this does not work out well for shox in the back of the site here. shox picks up the first one. Happy looking a little bit. The damage being dealt. CZ 75 is up. Happy, can he wrap around? shox, 8 bullets left right now. The bomb is ticking away, but shoxy goes down. And Happy, now he's in a very bad spot. He takes the peek, gets the first kill. flusha up there defusing. He's already defusing. Happy doesn't know. He's going to peek out. He goes for the kill, but it's going to be the end of it. Just holds it down. No fakes. The pros don't do that. And Fnatic win Inferno.